Hello, and welcome to another update on the road to making Battleborn fully playable again. If you're finding this video not via my Battleborn Reborn playlist, the first thing I'd recommend is checking the playlist to make sure this is the latest video. If this is not the latest video, it's likely out of date, and I'd recommend watching the latest video to figure out how to use the most up-to-date mod. This video is also going to be a longer format than previous videos to provide context for anyone who's just now learning about this project. First off, what is Battleborn? This is a game that was developed as an online-only game to help prevent cheating, since it was first developed to be a competitive PvP-only game. However, cooperative PvE modes were added in later development and were available to play from launch, solo and cooperative. The final updated form of the released game comprised of 25 heroes plus 5 DLC heroes with 2 main skills and an ultimate unlocked partway through matches, skins for characters, taunts for characters, 3 slots in matches for unlockable gear from your bank to enhance the stats or abilities of a character mid-match, flare for gear, 8 1 to 5 player cooperative story missions with variable voice lines for replayability, 1 single-player character-locked prologue mission to introduce people to the game's basic controls, 5 DLC 1 to 3 player co-op operations, with 10 different sets of lines for a longer-form progressive storytelling experience and a shorter replayable mission, 4 5v5 competitive modes, ranging from more traditional kill and capture PvP modes to more MOBA-esque minion escort modes, with other players or bots, 2 5v5 special mechanics limited event modes, 1 3v3 PvP mode that combines some of the features of the capture and minion escorting modes into one, a single-player tutorial mode for one of the MOBA-like competitive modes, and a dojo for trying out heroes solo. The game's servers were shut down in January of 2021 after nearly 5 years of service. Now you know a little bit about the game. What is the mod? The mod was initially developed by one user who goes by the handle of Gwog. It's only for the Steam version of the game and works fairly easily on modern Windows operating systems. Non-Windows operating systems may be able to run the mod, and users in the Discord typically help where they can with enabling that. There have been other users who have contributed to the project over time, such as Ness 1990X and Asylum, who released their own versions of the mod with minor changes in between Gwog updates. The mod can be downloaded from the unofficial Battleborn Discord server, and sometimes the mod is also available to download on Gwog's own website. The code can be found on GitHub. You will need to own a copy of Battleborn on Steam to apply the mod to. You can find Steam keys for Battleborn and sealed physical copies of the PC version of the game, as well as on Amazon depending on your region. The mod update we'll be discussing today allows users to play all of the 30 characters in the game, with any of the gear in the game. There is no account progression at this time, but all Helix mutations from account leveling are unlocked in this version. Skins and taunts are not in this version, but may be available with tournament mode settings. There are more of the original menu settings available than previous versions of the mod, making controller support much better. The prologue and story missions are all playable solo with any character, but do not have any difficulty or hardcore mode settings right now. All 5 operations are playable solo, but have no story progression due to lack of ops points progression. The dojo is playable. The incursion tutorial is currently not playable. Standard 5v5 modes are playable solo versus bots. The 3v3 mode is playable solo, as much as that constitutes playable. The 5v5 special event modes are not available in this version. To install the latest mod, you need 2 things. In Steam, right-click Battleborn. If you have a previous version of the mod on your system, go to the Installed Files tab and select Verify Integrity of Game Files. Regardless of whether you had a previous version of the mod installed, go to the General tab and in the Launch Options field enter "Seek Free Package Map," all caps with no spaces, and "Seek Free Loading PC Console." From the compressed file you downloaded, make sure to extract the files and place them within the Win64 folder of your game files. At that point, you're ready to boot up the game from Steam. From the splash screen, the mod UI will pop up and ask you to make a save file with a name and selection between account progression and everything unlocked. Currently, only everything unlocked is supported. Once you select save and start game, you can navigate the menus to play. If you have never owned or played Battleborn on Steam when the game was live, you may not see all the options and will need to change a setting, any setting, in the main menu. Close the game and reopen it, everything should be back. For all other issues, check in the Discord. Enjoy!